This tool I'm about to show you might just be the Midjourney killer, because by uploading a single image, you can now create consistent images of yourself that actually look like you. And the results might just be the most accurate ones yet. Now, the crazy part is you don't need to know any complicated prompts to achieve these realistic results. And you can then take those images and then bring them into an image to video model to create some really cool visuals. And of course, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that.
Woo, let's go!
Now, a really cool feature they've also introduced is you can now recreate any image, but this time replacing it with your actual face. So let's say, for example, you have a thumbnail you really like, poof, it's now your thumbnail. Now, character consistency is by far the biggest problem when it comes to dealing with generative AI images, and I'm gonna be honest that this tool might have just solved that entire problem. Now quickly, before we start, if you're new to AI and want to actually learn how to use all the best tools to create content for your brand, or you just want to stay ahead of the curve, then be sure to check out my AI community down below. But with all that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, the tool that actually allows us to create these consistent characters is Ideogram, and they just released a brand new feature where you can now have your own consistent character. Now, the really cool thing about Ideogram is you actually get 10 free generations with this new character feature, so you actually go ahead and try it before you buy it. Now, the process to creating your character is incredibly simple. Just go ahead and hover over character, select it, then click on upload. Then you just want to find a high quality picture of yourself. We're going to be using this one. Go ahead and click on open, and then you'll see it starts to upload our character. Now, if we go behind the scenes, I'm going to quickly show you how this works. If we click on the image, you'll see that it basically just masks out the entire face. So go ahead and click on that just to make sure that it has included your entire face and it's not missing some of your hair or your ears, for example. And you can do that just by drawing over it, and you can see that you can bring this stuff back in. But for my case, it looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and click on save and edit. Now, quickly, before we go ahead and generate some images, I want to show you some of the images that I've generated so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. So here we can see we've got a bunch of different images which all look super cool. We've got this one that we might potentially use for a thumbnail, and as you can see by these results, they do look like me, which is absolutely crazy. You can see we've got a few different facial positions, so sometimes I'm looking to the left or the right, sometimes I'm taking a selfie, and sometimes I'm just looking straight into the camera. So you can see that the consistency of these images look really, really good. And I'm going to go as far as to say that the consistency is better than Midjourney. So when it actually comes to generating your images, it's incredibly simple. You have a few options. The first one, if you have no idea how to prompt, don't worry, because you can go ahead and click on templates, and you'll see you've got a huge library of templates that you can go ahead and pick from. So for example, if we wanted to click on Artsy Street Fisheye Selfie, you'll see we click that, it then gives us a super detailed prompt. Now, before you go ahead and generate your image, you'll have a few options where you can customize your aspect ratio. Now, I really like that they've sort of illustrated this, because then you can see if it's in portrait or in landscape, and you can of course customize it to whatever you want, but we're going to go ahead and do 16:9. Next up, you can choose your number of images as well as your quality. So here you can select 1 to 4. You'll see that it costs 6 credits, and that's because we're using the quality version. But if you go on turbo, it'll be faster and cheaper. So you'll see it's currently at 6 credits. Here we're generating 4 images for 2 credits. So it's completely up to you if you want to have fast generations at a cheaper cost, or if you just want super high quality images. Next up, we have MP, which is their magic prompt. So the simplest way to explain this is if you have a simple prompt, you're not too sure how to prompt. So for example, a man sitting in a coffee shop drinking a coffee, it will then take that and then give you a way more detailed prompt. But if you've got something like this, in most cases, it probably won't enhance your prompt because it's already detected that it's a very good prompt. Finally, you have your style. So if you're using a realistic image of yourself, then select realistic, or if you're using an AI character, you can use fiction, or of course you can just leave it on auto and let the AI decide. But because this image is a realistic image, we're going to go on realistic, then we'll go ahead and click on generate. And here you can see we have our 4 generations. So let's give it a quick look. We've got this one, second one, third one, and fourth one. And as you can see, they all look pretty good. I think the third one is probably my favorite. Now, there's 2 things I've noticed when generating your images inside of Ideogram. The first one is you can probably tell it's not the highest quality ones. Now, you can obviously enhance this by clicking on upscale. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you what the before is, and here's the after. But as you can see, it's still not the best quality. So if you want to take your images even further, what I recommend you do is head over to Freepik. Then you want to go over to the AI suite and then upscale image. You then want to go ahead and grab the image you just downloaded and bring it into Freepik. Click on upscale and then select the new precision. And then I always remove the grain a little bit. Maybe I put it to like 2%. Then I go ahead and click on upscale and boom, here's the before and the after. As you can see, it looks way better and it doesn't change any of your facial features. Now, the second thing I want to point out to you is you may have already noticed it. If we come back to our generations here and click on some of these images, you can see that the face looks really good. It looks really consistent, almost like it's the exact same image with a few modifications of my original image. And if you think of that, then you'll be right. If you notice the left side and the right side of my cheeks, you'll see that I've got the orange and then blue on my cheeks. And the reason why is because if we go ahead and look at the original image, you can see that I've got the orange and the blue here. So it's basically taking a lot of the elements from your original image and then just sort of pasting that onto the new generated image inside of Ideogram. So of course, if you want to have some different hairstyles in your images or different facial expressions, then just make sure to use different images. Otherwise, you'll see that it's always using very similar features from your character that you've uploaded inside of Ideogram. Next up, I want to show you exactly how you can recreate an image and put your face on it. So for example, I have this amazing image I generated inside of Midjourney. The only issue is the face doesn't really look like me, or it has some similarities, but it's not 100%. So if we want to fix this and then replace our face, we can go ahead and click on upload image. Then we can go ahead and click on open, and then we want to click on magic fill. It's going to bring us into this page right here. And all we have to do is just slightly brush over our face, make sure we have the center as well. Then we can go ahead and click on next. And then we just want to say replace with my face, change those settings if you want, then click magic fill, and then boom, here's the before and after. As you can see, the face looks way better. Of course, then bring this image back into Freepik to upscale it so you can get the highest quality version. Now, if you remember, like I said at the start of this video, you can also easily recreate thumbnails. So it's the exact same process. Just upload an image of your thumbnail, click on open, select magic fill. Then you just want to replace the face just like this, click on next, and then replace with my face. And boom, as you can see, we've instantly transformed this thumbnail and put my face on it. All right, now if you want to take this even further and turn your images into videos, I'm going to show you a super easy way to do this. Let's go ahead and grab this image of me standing in front of a building. We can go ahead and download it, and then we can bring it into Higgsfield AI. Now this one is super cool because it's basically just a drag and drop template website where you get some awesome visual effects. So if we go ahead and click on video, then you'll see you have all of these different styles that you can pick from. So we're going to go with building explosion, for example. Then we can remove the image and then just drag and drop our new image that we have here. You can select enhance prompt if you don't want to prompt it at all. Then go ahead and click on generate. And in just a few seconds, you have this video. So there you have it, a brand new way to create consistent AI images that actually look like you. Now, if you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome AI updates. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with everything AI and learn how to use all the best tools, then be sure to check out my AI Creator Lab community down below. I'll see you in the next one.